Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a hair and makeup tutorial. I'm going to be getting into a new wig that I just recently got from UNice Hair. We're going to be installing this super cute red wig today. Shout out to you for sponsoring this girl's video. So we're going to be installing this wig, just doing a little bit of makeup after. I'm not going to go too crazy with the makeup today. I kind of want to keep it simple. I did a cut crease, like fall type of look, and then we did like the soft glam fall look. So now I just kind of want to do a look that's a little bit more, you know, kind of toned down, just kind of keep it cool. This wig is from UNice Hair, like I mentioned earlier. I'm going to leave all of the information for this wig down below in the description box, so if you have any questions, then just go ahead and check the description box down below. This wig is pre-colored, so I didn't color this red. It actually came in this way, so I really like that. I did bleach the knots just to kind of get them a little bit lighter because they were still like a tad too dark for my liking, so I did bleach the knots and I already plucked the frontal part. This is what it looks like on the inside, so we've got plenty of space here to do like styling and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start installing that wig. As a matter of fact, I can just go ahead and put this on my head because I'm not even gonna do the bald cap method today. Ooh, this red is like, oh, it's so perfect for the fall. I love it. Oh my gosh, you guys. I literally feel like an old lady today. So I went to the gym for the first time in a really long time a couple of days ago. Well, not a couple of days ago. I think that was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. How wild is that? It was rough. It was real rough. I actually hate going to the gym, mostly because when I think of the gym, I think of like lifting weights, and I really don't like to lift weights. I don't like it at all. I'm really trying to focus on my core. Like I really want to like sculpt and define like my stomach a lot more. I've been doing like sit-ups, you know, and like, you know, ab workouts at home, but I feel like I'm like kind of plateauing. So I'm not really seeing anything like happening, you know, anymore. So I feel like I need to like, you know, start lifting, you know, weights now to kind of get past that plateau. So yeah, I went to the gym and I'm pooped. I'm gonna go ahead and start securing this wig now using my Got2b Insta-Hold. I never know what the name of this is. Got2b High Insta-Hold hairspray. You'd think after like 5 million times of saying this hairspray's name, I would get it after a while, but I still don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna be using this to secure my lace today. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray this on the edges and then use my blow dryer to dry that hairspray all the way down. Alright guys, so I'm all done installing this wig. So at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and start styling. I wanna go ahead and flat iron my hair first. So I'm just gonna do that really quickly. But yeah, I was mentioning earlier that I went to the gym and I hadn't been to the gym in such a long time. Like, I can't, honestly, before yesterday, I can't even remember the last time I was in a gym. It's been a long time. I'm already pretty skinny. Like I don't really need to like lose weight or anything like that. I'm pretty thin. So my goal for the last couple of months has been to tone up and to kind of get stronger. So I feel like I'm at a point now where I need to start like lifting weights and doing a little bit more. And like I mentioned before, I'm not like a big like weightlifter. Like I don't like to lift weights. Like I don't like to do all of that. Like I'm more of like an endurance like type of person. Like I like cardio. I like to go for runs. Like I like anything that keeps like my body moving. When it comes to like lifting weights, I'm not you know, I'm not the most motivated person in the world. So I feel like going to a gym would kind of like help me. Well, at least my hope is that going to a gym will help me kind of stay a little bit more motivated and focused on like the goal. And it has like all the equipment that I feel like I would need to continue to progress forward with trying to like kind of tone, you know, and create some like definition in like my abs and my arms and stuff like that. I'm not really too worried about my legs because I feel like I'm still, like I have a lot of like definition in my legs and my calves and everything, but it's more so like my back and my abs that I want to really like sculpt out now. And honestly, after being there for the first day, I think I'm right. I was doing a lot of at-home like workouts like on my exercise mat and stuff, like without weights and everything. You know, at first with that, it was really, really difficult. And then it got to a point where it started to become super easy. It wasn't like how it was like towards the beginning, like, you know, challenging or anything. I definitely want to continue to challenge myself. And I can't really do that if I don't have, you know, like weights and stuff like that to make it more difficult and more challenging. Hopefully being at a gym will, you know, keep me motivated, like seeing everybody else like lifting weights and stuff like that. Because like I said, I'm not, when it comes to lifting, I hate lifting weights. I really, really do. Like it took everything in me just to even start doing like, you know, exercises on my exercise mat. But I'm excited to kind of see like the progress and everything. But honestly, like the location of the gym couldn't be more perfect. Like it's about 2 miles away from where I live. So what I did yesterday was, just so I can still get my cardio in, I took a jog over to the gym, and then I did like my workout and everything like that, and then I jogged back. And it was literally like the perfect like, you know, workout. I just have to make sure that, you know, the days where I'm like doing like probably leg days and stuff like that, I'm not going for, you know, my runs and stuff, because then I feel like it would be really, really bad. I really want to get abs. I want like I want a 2-pack at least a 2-pack. I want like the muscles and stuff. Tiana Taylor honestly has been like a huge inspiration for me to really start getting like more in shape and getting stronger. As I'm getting older, I'm realizing how much more important it is to be strong, you know, to have like, to be able to carry your own body weight and more. So I really want to start getting stronger and building some like muscles. I don't want to be like muscular or anything like that, but I do want to, you know, like if I punch you, I want it to hurt. I will say one thing though, it's really like going to the gym is like really intimidating. As long as you go in and you stay focused on, you know, the goal at hand, like, you know, you get over it after a couple minutes. The first couple of minutes I was kind of like self-conscious because I was like, dang, what if I'm like using this machine wrong and everyone's like looking at me like I'm like stupid. I wanted to ask you guys like how you guys are feeling about these longer tutorials, like hair and makeup tutorials, because I started thinking the other day like, you know, maybe it's better if I separate the videos, like the hair and makeup videos, and have it into 2 separate parts versus like having everything in one. Or if you like the longer, you know, hair and makeup videos, like it doesn't really matter to me. It's not really like a huge editing difference. Because that's probably where like the major change would be for me, is just like in the editing part. I was wondering if you guys would prefer, you know, like hair and makeup tutorials like separated, or if you would want if you still want them like together like this. I started adding like chapters or like timestamps to these videos, so now you can kind of scroll through like, you know, what part you want to see in the video. I made a poll and kind of asked you guys like, you know, what you would prefer. The majority of people are still like prefer like the hair and makeup in one video. I honestly thought you guys were gonna say to like separate it and, you know, have like 2 separate videos, but you guys seem to really be liking like these longer videos, so I'll keep them like this if you guys want it like that way. I'll try to do like just makeup tutorials, you know, a little bit more, because sometimes I'll get to points like where I'm like in between, you know, doing like a video with a hair company, and I don't really have like a company that I'm working with at the time, but I still want to film like a makeup tutorial. So during those times, I'll just go ahead and film makeup tutorials alone by themselves. So you guys, like the people that just want to see the makeup, they can have that too. But I'm just glad you guys are liking these longer videos, honestly, because sometimes I feel like I get a little bit self-conscious on camera, like wondering, you know, if what I'm talking about is interesting. Like I really overthink a lot of stuff. So it's good to know that you guys are enjoying them. Like it makes me happy and definitely less self-conscious. So over the last couple of weeks, I've also been exploring the city more. So at first, honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't really care too much for LA when I first like started, you know, coming into the city more and everything. Like I didn't really like it that much. I was kind of like, you know, this isn't really all that great. Like I don't see what the hype is all about. I feel like I consider myself to be like more of a city girl. Like I like, you know, the city and being, I don't know, I don't want to say like in the middle of like the hustle and bustle, but I do like to be like close to the city. You know, more so for entertainment value, I suppose. Like if I need something to do, I know I can go into the city and find like something to do. When it comes to LA though, there was like a moment where I was like kind of like, I don't understand like what the hype is about, honestly. Like this place isn't that great. Like I don't get it. I don't know. I couldn't really put my finger on what it is that I was feeling about LA. I feel like the more that I come here, like the better it seems to get. I definitely feel like my sisters are kind of helping me see like the better places to be, because I think that my mistake was when I started to explore the city, I was definitely going to like the wrong places, or just like places that I feel like, you know, don't really show like the best of LA, if that makes sense. But that's kind of like with any city that you go to. I could say that about Miami, and I love Miami. Like that's home for me. But if you go to like the wrong places in Miami, you're just gonna be standing there like, I don't understand, like what is everybody talking about? Like, you know, why does Drake like to party here? You know what I mean? So I think it's the same thing with any city. You kind of have to know like where you're going and like the places to see and stuff like that. So I feel like the more that I'm getting acquainted with the city, the better it's getting for me. But I'll be honest with you guys, like at first I didn't like LA at all. I didn't like it at all. You know, I think the only thing that kind of scares me about LA is just that living expense price point. Like the amount of money that it costs to live here is just, every time I think about it, it makes me like scared because it's like, it's not cheap to live here at all. Like it really isn't. It's definitely one of the reasons why I dislike LA, because the cost of living here, it really reflects like the state of the city, and more specifically its people. Like everybody has a roommate. Like so many people are homeless. Like when you go into certain areas, like the homeless rate here is just astounding. Like it really is. It's definitely one of the things about LA that I truly hate. Like just seeing like so many people like homeless here, especially considering like how much money I feel like California in general makes. Like I feel like it honestly shouldn't really be a problem to house people. Okay, so I'm at the crown of the head now, so I'm just gonna finish flat ironing everything, and then I'll show you guys like the parting and like all that other stuff next. So I'm not gonna do anything too wild for my edges. I'm just gonna pull this back with a hair clip while I work on that. You guys know I've been kind of going with more of like a softer edge, so I'm not going to do anything too crazy with it. Alright guys, and I think that's all I'm gonna do for this hair. I really love this color, and I kind of wanted the color to stand out. So I don't think I'm gonna do much, if anything else, with this hair. I think the only thing that I probably will do is just get some layers going, like right in here. I'm like so lost as to like what to do with this hair. Like it's actually like really ridiculous. Like I keep going like back and forth on like styles that I can do, but I'm like so lost on what I should do with this hair. Like I like this like bang situation here going on. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup because I'm so lost as to what to do with this hair. And then once I do my makeup, I'll come back and figure out what to do with my hair because I'm at such a loss right now. Like I literally have no idea what to do for my hair. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and move into makeup. I literally had like a small anxiety attack trying to figure out what to do with my hair. Like I just could not get it. I don't know why, but it was just making me like super anxious. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna stop with that and we're just gonna move into makeup and I'll figure out hair like at the end. If it looks good with just like, you know, this middle part and straight, then I'll just leave it like that, cool. If not, then we'll just figure out another style at the end. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and move into makeups to kind of get over this wave of anxiety that I just experienced just now. So I'm gonna go in first with some moisturizer. I'm using the Milk Makeup Vegan Milk Moisturizer. I've used this a couple of times before and I actually really like this moisturizer. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that first onto the cheeks and just kind of blend it in from there. It's a much thicker formula. It's not like gel or anything like that. So just be mindful of that. If you're more into like gel moisturizers, then this might not be, you know, your thing. But I love these type of like thicker moisturizers. I have like a ton of hair in my face I'm trying to like pick off. They just feel so much more like luxurious sometimes compared to like gel ones. So yeah, I really like this one too. It doesn't make the skin feel like greasy or anything. Like it's a really nice like moisturizer. So next up, I'm gonna go in with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This is a classic primer that I feel like everybody and their mama has used. I used this the other day with another foundation and I'm telling you, like 3-4 hours with like my mask and there was barely any makeup on my mask. And I was just like, you know what? I guarantee you it's this primer. So I'm just gonna work that into the skin really well, especially the areas that I know that my mask is gonna hit. After this, I'm gonna go ahead and run some errands. So I wanna make sure that my makeup is just gonna stay put underneath my mask. I am gonna do a little bit of eye cream. This is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. I love using an eye cream right before makeup application because it just kind of like refreshes the area for makeup, you know, makes everything nice and smooth and just kind of wakes up that under eye area, gets it prepped for all the products that we're gonna apply after. So I'm just gonna swipe that underneath the eye and just kind of pat it in using my ring finger. I'm not like pressing hard against the skin when I swipe. I'm just kind of like grazing against the skin to spread it. Then I'm gonna go in with foundation. I'm using the, of course, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, and I'm using a mixture of 2 shades today. This is Golden Honey and Warm Mahogany. I have been loving this foundation, loving. It's been really great underneath like my masks. Every time that I wear it, I feel like it's just there and it's not going anywhere. Like it really does like last a very long time. So I've been really liking it and it's definitely been like a staple for me these days. I just mixed that onto the back of my hand and now I'm gonna go in and apply this using a brush. The brush that I'm using today is actually a contouring brush, but I'm gonna use it to apply my foundation. That might be a little too dark, but it'll be fine. I don't mind going like slightly darker with my foundation because once I get like my concealer and stuff on there, everything kind of balances out. Ooh, but she's orange. You know what? Let me go in with my, yeah. Let's go in with my lighter shade, guys. That's good. That's looking like the wrong undertone. This is just a weird day, I can tell. I feel like really kind of like all over the place today, and I want to say it's because there was like a full moon last night. I was reading somewhere that when there's like a full moon, it's definitely like much easier to be more kind of like all over the place almost, and that's exactly like how I feel. Like everything has just been kind of really weird this morning and today so far. Like I can't figure out my hair. Like so far this makeup application has been out to a weird start with my complexion looking absolutely crazy. We're just gonna go with the flow. I think the key is to kind of just go with it and not necessarily get like irritated and upset that things aren't going in the way that you anticipate, and just kind of make the most of it. So even though I might look like an Oompa Loompa right now, you know, it's okay because we're gonna make it work. honestly, now that I have it blended out, it doesn't look too bad. See, that's why optimism is the key. It's a little warmer than I would typically go for, like much more like orange, but it's definitely not bad. Next, I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm using the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Concealer, and this one is in shade 4.5. I'm also going to use the shade 4.1. I just recently got 4.1 because I wanted something a little bit more brightening. I really like the formula of this concealer, so I just wanted to get one that's a little bit more on the brightening side, but I'm going to go in with 4.5 first. So I'm going to go underneath the eyes. I'm going to apply some onto the forehead here. Just all the areas that I would typically highlight. And I have a damp sponge here. This is my Japanese sponge. I'm going to blend out with a brush first, and then I'll go in with my sponge after to get that really smooth, like flawless finish. And I'm making sure to really like wing this concealer outward and like bring it to the sides of the, like the temples almost. Using a brush first, just going to make sure that that coverage stays there and I don't lose it as I'm like blending everything out. So my first layer of concealer is on. I'm going to go in with that shade 4.1. Because this one is much lighter than my last concealer, I'm only going to apply this to the inner portion of the under eye, and this is the concealer that I'm going to use to really like snatch the sides of the nose. And again, I'm just going to make sure to blend with a brush. Now I'm going to take my blender and just give that an extra blend. And this is what's really going to like smooth everything out and give us that super like flawless look. It's like such a subtle like difference, but it definitely makes one. So next thing I'm going to do is add some liquid blush. This is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch liquid blush, and this one is in the shade Love. I adore these little guys. Like these things are so good. Like if you pick up anything from the Rare Beauty line, make sure you pick up these little liquid blushes because they're phenomenal. Like I love them so much. I just love the fact that they come in different finishes. So if you're someone like me that likes to switch between like more like radiant and matte foundations, like you have the option to kind of choose your blush to better match like your foundation formula, which in my opinion I think is really important because I feel like that can make or break like your foundation. Like if you're using a blush that's a little bit like more on the dewy side, but you're wearing like a matte foundation, like that's definitely gonna make a difference in like the way that your foundation kind of lays throughout the day. I definitely found that some liquid blushes kind of make my foundation separate after a while. So you can kind of see like little weird texture going on like where that liquid blush is. But I love the fact that there's two different formulas. You can kind of cater to whatever foundation that you're wearing for that day. And I just work from there. I don't ever like apply, you know, liquid blush directly onto like my face. Like I like to add it on the back of my hand and then tap my brush in and then apply it to the skin from there, just to kind of avoid like, you know, using too much or, you know, having like any harsh lines and stuff. I feel like I get a much softer blend that way. So, and I just like to tap the product in, and just the way that it lays, like the way that it lays on top of the skin is just, these things are so good. Okay, I'm gonna shut up about them, but they're just really good. I really recommend these, like, you know, out of everything and in the line so far, like these are my absolute favorite like product from the Rare Beauty line. Next up, I want to start setting everything with powder. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder in Sugar Cookie. So with this powder, I'm not going to bake with it. I'm basically just going to use it to set the entire face. I'm going to use this on a large fluffy brush, and I'm just going to make sure to knock off all of the extra powder so there's not like too much going on my face, because this, even though I love the way that this powder finishes, I feel like sometimes it can be really easy for it to kind of give the skin a little bit of a white cast. And I'm literally just going to set everything. So the under eyes, the cheeks, the forehead, the nose, everything. I just love the way that this powder makes the skin look. It literally blurs everything out so well. Perfect. So now what I'll do is I'll go in with my baking powder. So this is the same Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder from Huda Beauty. This one is just in the shade Blondie. So it's gonna have a much more yellow undertone to it, and we're just going to bake with that. I'm gonna use a brush to bake, just so I really can like snatch the sides of the nose. Then next up, I'm going to add my bronzer. This is the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Bronzer in shade Cocoa Naughty. And with a Sigma F40, I'm just going to start applying that on all the areas that I want to kind of warm up and everything. So for me, that's usually like the forehead, the cheeks, the nose. And I'm going to just go in pretty light-handed on the forehead because I don't want to, you know, add too much onto the forehead and make my lace, you know, a completely different color than my skin. I'm gonna add some bronzer onto the lace, but I'm just gonna make sure to use a very light hand on the forehead so I'm not like worried about, you know, whether or not my lace is like still matching my skin and everything. For blush, I'm going to be using these two from Lottie London. These are their ombre blushes and Red Hot and Haze. I'm mostly going to go in with Haze, which is like this corally type of color, but to kind of like brighten it up like ever so slightly, just a little bit, I'm going to go in with Red Hot, which is this color right here. I'm going to use my favorite blush brush. This is the Peaches and Cream PC03. I just love how like feathery and like light this brush is. So it works perfectly to get like that really soft flush of color. I'm just gonna pop that onto the cheeks right on top of that liquid blush that we applied earlier. I'm then going to add some highlighter. I'm using the Beauty Bakery Milk and Honey palette. I'm going to be using the shade Be Sweet, which is like this really cute like orangey type of color here, like almost like a warm gold. But I really love that shade. So I'm going to be using that to highlight the nose. So for me, I just like to apply some onto like the bridge of the nose, like right in the center of the eyes right here. And then I'll add some to the tip of the nose here, and then a little bit to the sides. Just kind of build on it until I have like my desired brightness. And then once I've got that on, I'm gonna go back in with that same brush that I used to bake and just dust off that bake on the bridge of the nose. Now I'm gonna go in with some brows. I'm using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil as well as their 24-hour brow setter. I'm gonna go in with the brow pencil first. This one is in shade number 5. I'm gonna use the spoolie to just brush the brows upwards and kind of like in the direction that I want them to go. Wow, that hairspray got on my brows there. And then I'm gonna go in with the pencil side and fill in that brow. I do want to add a winged liner to this look, so I'm going to go in with the Benefit Roller Liner, this guy right here, and we're just going to do like a little baby wing. So I'm just going to start at the outer corner and then pull that liner out and just bring it back in. And it's literally like just like a little baby wing like that, nothing crazy. I'm just going to drag that a little bit further in, not like all the way though, maybe like 3/4 of the way in. So I stopped like right about here, so a little bit more than half. And then I'm gonna go into mascara, and I'm using the Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star Mascara. This guy is so fancy and I'm just gonna add that to the top lashes. I'm gonna put some onto the bottom lashes as well, but I wanna put on my falsies first. Dang, oh my gosh. This mascara is really good. Wow. If I wasn't so extra, I'd go without any lashes at all. And then I'm gonna go in with my lashes. I'm gonna be using the style Angel Baby from Crystal Lashes. And we're just gonna pop those on using some tweezers, cause, yup. I love these lashes so much, but I'm kind of scared that they might be a little too much for this look. They're super like full and fluffy. That's the reason why I love them, but they might be just a tad too much for this look, but we'll see. I love this little baby wing, it's so cute. So let me just go ahead and try and pop these babies on. I think that looks cute. Just like push them like upward. For me, I don't know what it is, but when I like push my eyelashes like upward, like at the root, like it just kind of lifts the eye, especially on the outer corner, and makes it so that the lash doesn't look so like heavy on my eye. Now you guys know I love a beige waterline, so I'm gonna go in with my Power Pencil from BH Cosmetics. This one's in the shade beige. I'm just gonna put it right over here. I'm going to go back in with my Pat McGrath mascara and just add that to the lower lashes. So I'm gonna go in with my lip. I haven't decided yet if I want to add those little like lower lashes that I always do. I kind of like want to skip that today. Crazy, but it's true. But I do want to go in with a nude lip, of course. So I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil and Limitless Brown. I love these like Makeup Forever pencils. Ooh, it looks so cute. I just love this color. This one's in Limitless Brown. I think I want to go in with this one from Rare Beauty. This is their matte lip creme in the shade Fearless. I've used this color before, so I remember really liking it. So I'm probably gonna use this one. And if it's a little too like dark, then I'll go in with another color. I think I did like a light layer of it, and then I kind of sheared it out by blending it in really well. Yeah, because these are super like, they're not like really pigmented. They're very like soft. It reminds me almost of like a lip stain, but instead of like a liquid formula, it's more of like a cream. That is such a cute shade. I don't think I'm gonna add anything else. I really like that color. It's very like natural. So I'm just going in with that Makeup Forever pencil and I'm softening that blend. And for a little, just a little bit of extra definition, I'm gonna use the Melt Cosmetics All Day Everyday Lip Liner in shade Edible. This is like bae. This is like the perfect lip liner to kind of get like that super, you know, defined. Well, I don't want to say super because I don't really use a whole lot of this, but it just gives like that perfect like extra bit of definition. It's such like a subtle change, but it makes like all the difference in the world. The makeup is done. That's all I'm gonna do. I wanted to kind of keep it super like simple today, nothing too crazy. I'm loving this lip. Like I didn't think that I would be into a lip like this color, but I love like the color of this lip. I think it's so cute. But now that the makeup is done, I'm just gonna revisit the hair for a second and just kind of see, you know, if I want to keep it this way. We're not gonna talk about my little lace that's like lifting right over here. We're just gonna ignore that. I feel like now that I can see like the hair with the makeup, like that looks cute. And I definitely don't mind it, like, you know, with simple, like just straight. You guys have no idea. I was like over here like freaking out, like, like when it was time to like get into styling, like I just literally like could not think of like anything to do with this hair. It was kind of making me nervous because I was like, dang, this color is so incredibly cute. Like I want to do something with it. Oh, that looks cute right there. Like a little, okay, I think I'll do that. Take the bang out and then tuck it behind the ear like that. Oh, that looks kind of cute. I think that looks cute. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Because I kind of like this little bang thing here. I have to like secure this little part right here though. Like this like a piece that's like lifting. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of hairspray and just like tag that, the top of that right there. Just so it stays like behind the ear. So I kind of want to keep this part tucked in the back like this. So even if I have the hair come forward, it still stays, you know, mostly in the back. So I'm gonna grab this section right here and I'm gonna push the rest of it in the back. And then I'm gonna grab the same section on the other side, push the rest in the back. This part right here, I'm going to secure it back using a hair clip. And just make sure to lift it off of your head, off of your neck, so it's out of the way. And I'm gonna secure all of this using an elastic band in the back. So I'm just gonna pull this hair, make sure it's like behind the ear. So it's literally gonna be like a little ponytail in the back right here. Because I want it to stay behind the ear. I don't want it to keep like falling. And I don't wanna have to keep spraying hairspray to keep it there. It doesn't have to be like tight or anything like that. You definitely want to make sure it's like secure. I'm just gonna let that fall and boom. So all of that hair is just gonna stay in the back there and it's not gonna keep like falling from behind the ear. All right guys, and that is the finished hair and makeup look. I'm so happy that this came together towards the end because I was worried, sis. I was worried. It came together towards the end, so I'm like happy about that. I'm just glad it came together. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this hair and makeup tutorial. Let me know what you guys think of the hairstyle and the makeup down below in the comments. I know we kept like everything super simple with the makeup today, but this is kind of like the makeup look that I've been kind of going with like during days where I'm not really like kind of doing anything crazy, like I'm just running around, you know, running errands, but I still want to look cute. So this is like the makeup that I've been doing and it's really, really easy. That's the reason why I keep doing it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below letting me know what you think and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you and hopefully I will see you in the next one.